Spring 2026 has been an exceptional season. It feels like ages since we've seen this many top-tier releases all at once. Today, I'm breaking down the 11 best anime of the spring season that you simply can't afford to miss. Let's dive in. Kicking off our top picks is a return of the grittiest, bloodiest, and most charismatic corner of the anime industry, the second season of Dorohedoro. If by some miracle you haven't experienced this masterpiece yet, here's the rundown. The whole is a dark, lawless ghetto where death is just part of the scenery. This realm exists beyond the bound of morality and serves as a personal testing ground for sorcerers. They view the ordinary inhabitants of the whole as mere insects, performing cruel and downright sick experiments on them with total impunity. This is where we find Kaiman, a burly man with a reptilian head and zero memory of his past. Convinced his scaly appearance is the result of a curse, he hunts down sorcerers. His arsenal is simple: a trusty pair of knives, total immunity to magic, and his faithful companion Nikaido, who makes the best gyoza in the whole. In Season 2, our heroes come dangerously close to unraveling the mystery of Kaiman's origins, but the truth is darker and more convoluted than they imagined. We also dive into the backstories of other key characters, as the conflict in the wizarding world escalates into a full-scale, bloody confrontation, all seasoned with the series' trademark dark and absurd humor. The anime's unique aesthetic is thanks to the manga's author, Kyu Hayashida. She's a huge Slipknot fan, which is why the mages' masks look like metal band merch, and the characters wear incredibly detailed sneakers despite the grime. This show is worth watching for the stylish, bloody brawls alone. Having read the manga, I can promise you, the ending is going to floor you. So grab your gyoza and let's get into it. Moving from gritty fantasy to pure brilliance, we have the latest from the legendary creator of Full Metal Alchemist, Hiromu Arakawa. The plot centers on a prophecy. Every 4 centuries, twins are born, separated by day and night. Fate has destined them to become masters of the Tsugai, powerful spirits invisible to ordinary people. In a remote mountain village, Yuru leads a simple life as a hunter. His primary mission is protecting his twin sister, Asa, who is confined to a temple for a mysterious ritual. Yuru believes nothing exists beyond their forest, and that life hasn't changed in centuries. That idol is shattered when steel birds, modern combat helicopters, appear in the sky. His home becomes a war zone. In the heat of the raid, a stranger appears claiming to be his real sister. Fleeing with a man named Dara, Yuru must summon his own spirits to uncover the truth. Now, this forest hunter has to navigate a massive conspiracy, discover the true motives of the girl claiming to be his twin, and realize his power as a child of prophecy, capable of shaking the universe. The word Tsugai literally translates to pair. Arakawa brilliantly builds the entire world around the concept of duality, from the twin protagonists to the spirits themselves. Everything operates in pairs. If you love Arakawa's signature blend of deep conspiracies, thrilling action, and family drama, this is the best anime for you. One day, Fujino Mori, the creator of Danmachi, was watching Mashle and probably thought, why not combine them? Rumor has it that's how Wistoria Wand and Sword was born, and we are delighted to welcome its second season this spring. At the heart of the plot is Harry Potter's illegitimate son, Will Silford. He has zero talent for magic in a world where magic is everything. However, Will has a goal: to climb the Snow White Tower and join the Magia Vende, the 5 greatest mages. His motivation? A pinky swear made by his childhood friend. And pinky swears are serious business, especially when that friend is the girl he loves, who is already at the top of the tower due to her god-tier magic power. Will's lack of magic draws constant ire from his teachers and peers, but he makes up for it with insane physical prowess. He tears through monsters in the dungeon and puts elite mages in their place, using nothing but his sword and pure grit. Season 2 promises even higher production values for its action scenes, focusing on well-choreographed physical combat rather than just flashy magic effects. This is thanks to director Tatsuya Yoshihara, who worked on the most spectacular scenes in Black Clover and Chainsaw Man. So get ready for an epic. Now for some dark psychological drama. Toya Senji is an insecure teenager with rock-bottom self-esteem. Despite being one of the top students in the country, he feels like a nobody because he lives in the shadow of his brilliant older brother and faces constant pressure from his parents. In despair, he tries to end it all, but instead of credits rolling, the plot takes a twisted turn. The blade he used wasn't ordinary, it was a branch of reincarnation, an artifact that awakens talents from past lives. His classmate, Haito Al-Buffett, reveals she is a returner and explains that a secret war is raging between organizations like the Forest of the Great. Some use their past life talents for peace, others for chaos, but don't expect Toya to be a noble hero. Having inherited the gift of a great thief, he can steal anything, and he couldn't care less about saving humanity. He's driven by a thirst for other people's talents and a burning desire to prove he's not a waste of space. The hook here is that characters inherit the abilities of real historical figures. You'll see battles where Newton takes on Jack the Ripper. It's a bit like Record of Ragnarok, but set in the modern day with much more complex characters. Meet 12-year-old Coco, the humble daughter of a dressmaker. She's dreamt of magic her whole life, but the rules are strict. You have to be born with the spark. No gift, no magic. That changes when Satoru Gojo visits the shop. Oh, sorry, I meant a young man named Kifli. Instead of erasing her memory, he takes her on as an apprentice. Mostly because she's his only lead in tracking down the Brimmed Caps, a dangerous group of heretics conducting horrific experiments and distributing magic to commoners to sow chaos. Before Coco can face the Brimmed Caps, she'll have to own her craft and learn to navigate the world of magic alongside Satoru's other students. The manga, which Hat Atelier, was released 2 years before Jujutsu Kaisen. It's nobody's fault that it became less popular.
Kaisen.
From magic, we move on to gritty political drama and the smell of gunpowder. Imagine a future Japan that has collapsed into ruin due to a nuclear war, natural disasters, and rampant corruption. The country has split into 3 warring superpowers, ushering in a new 3 kingdoms period. Diplomacy is dead, and military might is the only language spoken. Amidst this chaos, we meet Aotaro Misumi. He doesn't come from a military family or the aristocracy, but he has one ambition: to end the senseless bloodshed. Critics are already calling the visual style of this anime some of the best of the season. The series doesn't shy away from the brutality of war, messy political intrigue, and the psychological toll it takes on people. It's a realistic, highly detailed world, One small caveat: the creators remind us in every episode that this is the legend of a man who will become a brilliant strategist. It's a bit of a spoiler that removes some mystery, but watching his rise to power is pure satisfaction. The title is a direct reference to ancient China's Three Kingdom period, and Aotearo's strategic mind is very reminiscent of the legendary Zhuge Liang. If you like Kingdom of Vinland Saga, this is a must-watch. Spring is for love, dates, and saving a clan of assassins from extinction? Meet Hikaru Gera, heir to a legendary lineage of poison masters. He's a professional killer, but a total amateur when it comes to girls. His social skills are so bad that even smiling is a challenge, let alone finding a wife. The situation is desperate. To ensure an heir, the clan leader plans to force Hikaru's sister into a marriage. The problem? She's a lesbian, and a forced marriage would ruin her life. Hikaru decides to take the hit himself. But how is a guy who spent his life mixing toxins in a basement supposed to find a bride? His next target happens to be Mai Kinasaki, a brilliant marriage swindler. Instead of killing her, Hikaru makes an unexpected request. He wants her to be his marriage mentor. Poor Hikaru, he doesn't realize yet that it's a trap. This odd couple sets off on the ultimate mission, transforming a killing machine into an eligible bachelor. If you like Spy X Family, but want more edge and dark humor, Marriagetoxin is for you. What would a top spring anime list be without a bit of romance? It's time to bring out the heavy artillery. This title is the literal embodiment of every otaku's wildest dreams. Just imagine, you're living the life of a typical invisible student, avoiding crowds and reveling in your solitude. Then suddenly, every Friday, the second prettiest girl in class starts coming over to your house. It's a classic slow burn story. At first, it's just a comfortable, no strings attached friendship. Maki appreciates that someone finally sees him as a person rather than a weird loner. Umi, meanwhile, is grateful that the guy isn't using her to get close to the number one girl in class, her popular friend, Amami. Gradually, their secret hangouts become clouded by jealousy and the fear of gossip, especially since Umi is part of the school's elite while Maki is a nobody. The focus here isn't on fan service, but on the social hierarchy. The story poses a tough question. Can a popular girl simply be friends with an outsider? And does second place in the beauty rankings really mean a person is worth any less?
よければ俺と付き合ってくれないかな。
なんでそれが冗談や行為なら許されるのだろう。ねえ。
While the previous title was about otaku dreams, this Netflix project strikes right at the heart with its stark realism. The Ramparts of Ice is a profound exploration on social anxiety and the fear of trust. The main character, Kuyuki Hikawa, has built a literal wall of ice around herself due to past bullying and her short stature. To those around her, she is an aloof and cold snow queen. But inside, she's just a girl who doesn't know how to express her emotion for fear of being hurt again. Everything changes with the arrival of the carefree and overly sociable Minato Amayami. It is his sincere persistence that begins to slowly melt away Koyaki's defenses. The plot revolves around a quartet of friends: the aloof Koyoki, the popular Miki, the cheerful Minato, and the easygoing basketball player Yota. Behind each of their smiles lie hidden fears. And yes, something tells me a complicated love quadrangle is definitely on the cards here. This is a major conversation about how important it is to learn to talk about your feelings. Of course, the title isn't as heavy as Just Because or Sing Yesterday for Me, but it is as sincere as it gets.
気持ち悪い。
Koichi Asakura is an ambitious designer at an advertising agency. He is passionate about his work, but every day he is swamped by clients' revisions, deadlines, and the grim realization that he is just another cog in the machine. Koichi desperately wants to become somebody, but he is constantly plagued by doubt. Does he actually have the creative spark? Meanwhile, Eren Yamagishi possesses a gift that borders on madness. For her, drawing is like breathing. Yet, her genius is also her curse. The world sees her merely as a tool for creating masterpieces, leaving her to face colossal pressure all alone. There is no magic or fantasy here, just the blood, sweat and tears of the creative process. The anime ruthlessly exposes the reality of the advertising industry. Sleepless nights, cynicism, and those moments when belief in your own abilities burns to ash. The visual style conveys the chaos in the artist's mind so brilliantly that you can practically feel every brushstroke. The original author, Kappei, previously worked as a designer at an ad agency. That's why all these office struggles, unreasonable clients, and creative crises feel like they're drawn from real-life experience. Perhaps that is why the story feels so vivid and painful. This is a story for anyone who has ever felt inadequate at work or fought for the right to do what they love. This is a story about the world of rakugo, a unique Japanese art form where a single performer, seated on a cushion, stages an entire play by taking on the role of dozens of different characters. The main character's father, Toru, dedicated his life to the stage. But during a decisive exam to become a master, the strict judge Isho Arakawa expelled him from the profession without explanation. This destroys her father's career, but ignites a fire in Akane's heart. Akane decides to secretly master the art of rakugo. Her goal is to rise to the top of the hierarchy, become the best in the business, and force Isho to acknowledge her father's talent. Expect grueling training sessions, charismatic rivals, and high-stakes battles on stage where the only weapons are voice and charisma. Akane is a young woman in a conservative, male-dominated world, and she brings such frenzied energy to these ancient stories that the old masters simply can't ignore her.
私の物語が
As you can see, this season truly has something for everyone, from bloody brawls to the intricacies of Japanese theater and office life. Let us know in the comments which of these titles has caught your eye and which ones you've already started. Don't forget to drop a like if this helped you update your watch list, and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Keep watching high quality anime, and we'll see you in the next video.